Our final movie this week was Tanner's pick, the 2010 film Planet Hulk.
That's right, guys. We're talking about Planet Hulk, the film in which Hulk is fucking blasted into space. He lands on a very dangerous planet. He gets turned into a gladiator. He fucking fights a bunch. He causes sort of a rebellion, and then he becomes king of the planet. The end.
Wow! What's your haiku?
And my haiku, as inspired by Planet Hulk. Hulk sent far away, finds himself on a war world. Hulk smash, Hulk conquers. Yes, Dylan.
So this movie's basically just Thor Ragnarok, right?
Thor Ragnarok was based somewhat on Planet Hulk, yes.
Yeah, I really hate the fact that Thor Ragnarok put such a bad light on Meek and Korg. Like, they really painted them as comedic characters. And then I get to this movie, and they're actually kind of cool characters. But, like, I was trying to view them that way.
And I prefer them as comedic characters, because I don't care about them in this one.
That's unfortunate. I think Korg's a pretty solid character, and I think Meek ends up redeeming himself at the end. Yeah, it was really hard trying to get a grasp on Hulk, like, because I have so many, I have a couple of interpretations of Hulk in my mind. I know that there are many forms of him. This was not one that I would have considered where gets more sentient as the movie goes on. And they did reference in the beginning that his power grows with his rage. And I guess, maybe this planet scales to that. But, like, I feel like he was getting angrier and angrier, but just nothing was happening. It also doesn't help that I had a preconceived idea of where this movie was going before I had watched it. So...
When's Thor gonna show up and save the day and they're gonna have fun times together?
Thor was in it, but that's not what I was expecting either.
What did you think was gonna happen?
Well, considering it was, like, Planet Hulk, I thought what was gonna end up happening is, like, there was a guy, like, doing shit in the sand or whatever, asking for, like, a profit or something, whatever. And then, obviously, it's flashing back over to Hulk, and it's, like, you got fucking Iron Man saying shit about him, and you got this cult guy saying things about him. It's, like, two sides of the same coin.
Okay, so you just mean the foreshadowing
I thought Hulk was basically gonna conquer the planet, basically, by becoming uber strong, and nobody could stop him.
Okay, so the thing they hinted at in the movie, you were able to successfully pick up on. That's the criticism here?
But,
Is that what I'm picking up?
I didn't think it would, like, come into order, basically. I thought it would be, like,
okay, so you thought they were just gonna say all that shit and then not do that.
I don't think you're fully interpreting what I'm trying to put down here, Tanner. I'm trying to focus more on the fact that Hulk can be, like, chaotic evil and just destroy a bunch of shit. I figured that's what was gonna happen. He was just gonna get angry and angry and destroy everything in his path, not bring order and peace to this planet.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like this film was, like, pretty meandering overall, but, like, weirdly enough, because it's, like, a pretty short movie, it was also, like, really fast-paced on top of that.
Yeah.
Which, like, didn't really make it for the greatest viewing experience overall. Like, the new characters they introduced, I didn't really fucking care about whatsoever, like I kind of hinted at already. Hulk himself also, I'm just not super interested in his character at all. So, there really wasn't anything here for me, I gotta say.
Yeah, remember, Hulk slash, not Hulk smash.
I agree the plot in this one was really meandering, and I also put, is this too fast-paced? Because they are really... They're jumping over a lot of stuff, but also not doing a ton. I really liked Hulk in this, to be honest. His whole thing where it's like... I don't know, I just found it very entertaining, the sort of juxtaposition where it's like, this whole planet of different species, and they're like, oh, we got... this rebellion and these prophecies and, like, the Red King and all this bullshit, and then Hulk's like, I really do not give a fuck about any of that, guys. Please do not involve me. I thought that was consistently pretty entertaining. Now, I want to real quick do a bit here for us. I actually went and read the Planet Hulk comic that this movie was adapted from, and I want to test your guys' knowledge of adaptations and see if you guys can guess what are some things they changed from the comic going into this one. Like, what do you think they did differently in the comic?
Hulk didn't fall in love.
No, definitely
he
does
still
that.
did that. Yeah, that was a bad answer, Dylan. Next
Hulk
person.
fell in love?
Yes.
Yeah, he marries the black girl.
He marries her?
Huh? I just thought she was like
literally
a
his queen
subordinate.
at the end. She's like fucking
yeah, they're like about to kiss.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
What the fuck? Did I watch this different movie than you guys? I just thought he was like a subordinate at the end.
They were like
No.
holding hands and shit.
I thought they were dating.
She was
I
in like a
legitimately-
sexy queen outfit.
I legitimately don't remember any of this.
Isn't the last line of the movie literally like, and he's, you know, the Sakarsan, and I'm his queen, or something?
I didn't know what that meant.
Anyway, Nico, what do you think they change about this? Like, what, based on your knowledge of how adaptations go, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that the spikes didn't exist. The spiky balls weren't a thing.
The spikes were a thing.
Whoa.
All right, Jackson, this is your opportunity to clutch this thing that I thought you guys were going to be better at.
Dude, I don't think the fucking robots in the arena were the thing.
That's correct, actually. You see, because,
Crazy.
like, and you can kind of tell because they're called the Wildabots. So they're in the wild in the comic, and they send the gladiators out there and have them deal with them. So that is correct, Jackson. Good job.
Why are there just roaming robots on this planet?
They created them so that they would have something to fight.
Yeah, it's not answered why there are just wild robots roaming around. But one thing that was different with the spikes is that Hulk ends up like uniting the whole planet and all the species on it behind him, including the spikes.
Oh, that's fun.
He hits a point where like he gets to communicate with them, and he finds out that the spikes are actually like, they're an alien species that normally are living like out in space and absorbing the radiation from like dying stars. But when they're trapped on a planet and can't get that sweet radiation, they just go crazy and super hungry, and that's why they're like eating shit, you know?
Whoa.
So he manages to communicate with their like hive mind. He's like, hey, you know, we're just gonna launch you back into space so you can stop eating our people. And they're like, dude, holy shit, that's legit. The other fun difference is that they don't have Beta Ray Bill in the comic. It's the Silver Surfer instead, which is way
fun.
fucking cooler. I don't know why they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, you know something cool they do? His surfboard, they put straps on it, and he has it like a shield with his fucking mace.
I was gonna ask I forgot to ask you this very important question at the beginning of this review. Who the hell was this Thor wannabe?
That's Beta Ray Bill. I don't know what his deal is, but he has all the same powers and stuff as Thor.
That's fucking stupid. Why does he look like a horse?
He's a real character. They didn't make him up. That's like a real thing, you
I
know?
mostly just wanted the name because I do have that Marvel encyclopedia. I was gonna look him up later.
Yeah, there you go. It's Beta Ray Bill.
I'll remember that later, hopefully.
Yeah. But, yeah, otherwise, I think it's a pretty decent adaptation overall. Like, the stuff they cut out makes a lot of sense. Like, there's a lot of yada yada setting up why he's sent to the planet that they don't show, which I think was a good choice.
He destroyed shit.
One thing I think they could have done better is that the comic puts a much bigger focus on, like, the time between him escaping the arena and then raising, like, an army, like a slave revolt, basically, to overthrow the king. That's, like, the big focus of the comic, and the movie, like, massively focuses on, like, the gladiator stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been cooler to see more of that stuff where he's, like, actually raising an army to fight the king, but fair enough. They didn't have much time to do this, and I feel like that was probably a budget thing where they're like, okay, we can either, you know, have armies or gladiator fights, and they're like, well, we've got $20 to do this, so...
Yeah, this movie was entertaining enough. I thought it was pretty good.
Pretty good. What'd you like
Yeah.
about it?
Like I said, it was entertaining enough to watch. I didn't put words to it,
That's
but
high
I
praise.
I would say that you guys put words to things that I could recognize later on, which is why I like explaining last or whatever. I will agree that this movie does meander. There's a whole lot of nothing going on. There's a lot of unresolved shit. But I obviously don't
Like
care
what?
because my short attention span doesn't pay enough attention to that kind of stuff to care. But I don't know. There's just a lot of random nonsense. I don't know. Whatever.
Ignored.
Don't ask me questions I'm not prepared to answer, Tanner.
I mean, listen, you're the one who was saying the thing.
I can't remember anything that happened in this movie. I just know that they were
Well, then how do you know
gladiators.
what you're saying is true?
I don't know, dude. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
It's all about the feelings it's evoking in him, you know?
Yeah, listen, Dylan rates on vibes, okay?
That actually is probably more accurate than you think.
Alright, I guess we can go ahead and get on to the rankings here then. Well, Jackson, did you say anything about this movie? You just said that, you didn't realize
I don't think I said literally fucking anything about this film. No,
Whoopsies.
yeah, I agree about the meandering thing. I'm pretty indifferent about the plot overall. The villain twist was incredibly obvious. I'm so shocked the fucking evil bad emperor guy is actually evil. No way. Fucking Hulk as a character is pretty boring. I do like the just fuck off, I'm indifferent kind of character. I think that's funny, but also, it's pretty boring. I don't really care about any of the side characters at all. The animation is not great. This is not a very appealing looking movie. It literally looks like I'm watching like a fucking cartoon on fucking Cartoon Network. I know I am, but you expect for a movie to be a little bit higher of a budget. I
believe it was a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah. If anything, I do appreciate this movie actually just straight up having like violence and death in it, which I didn't actually expect. It's not like it was a ton of it, but you normally don't expect something like that. But they were just fucking torching their citizens down in the streets after they, fucking biologically murder them all. But yeah, this is a pretty mid movie for me overall. I was pretty fucking bored watching it. I think I was about to fall asleep. I think Nico and I were both trying to fall asleep.
Nico fell asleep watching this.
Damn. I may have been passing in and out of consciousness there. However, I was still conscious enough to give it a solid ranking here. Jackson, what are you giving it though?
I gave it a C+.
Whoa, Tanner, I'm assuming you're giving an A- or some shit, right?
Correct.
That's crazy. C+, Jackson, you like this that much more than Dragon Ball Super Broly? Are you fucking crazy,
this
dude?
one had a plot, dude.
I don't rate my movies based entirely on my enjoyment of them. Also, I didn't really find Broly that enjoyable.
You son of a bitch. Fuck you.
This was actually a movie.
Yeah, but it wasn't a very good one. I'm giving it a C, by the way.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of falling into the trope that Nico fell into watching the Godzilla movies. I viewed this as the same as the last Marvel movie we watched. I'm gonna give it a B+.
The last Marvel movie we watched was Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
In regards to Tanner's pick of Superman or whatever the hell that one was.
What the fuck are you talking
what are you
about?
I don't remember which Superman
The live-action
was.
Superman? Or no, the Superman vs. the Elites?
Yeah,
But that's not...
one.
That's not a
Or
Marvel
DC.
movie.
I don't know, man. It fell into the same
It's also not
category.
the last
It's all
one we
the same to me.
watched.
Listen,
Yeah.
guys, you know what I'm talking about. That's
We
fine.
don't. That's
didn't,
why we're
though.
asking questions.
We got there in the end. Let's move on.
B!
What-
B! B!
They
Yeah,
came
the
out to a
focusing-
B.
Guys,
B
focus too much on the
overall.
process. Focus on the
What
outcome.
did Broly get?
Oh, did I not say it was a B+?
Yeah, B+.
Damn it!
I think he just wanted it
I
for
was gonna be
comparison.
really funny if it got ahead of that one.
That would have
I
been a
was hoping
fucking
for it.
travesty, dude.
I
Oh
wanna
my
fucking
gosh.
cry, dude.